Oh, I guess we'll see if this works. Stuff. So old school. I love this background. Come on. Okay. I don't even know if there's anyone in here. I don't even know how to tell. There's two different ways you can live stream onto YouTube. One is an event, which is actually a lot easier to set up. And then there's just this straight up, you just blast it out and it goes. I think it's working. Oh, hey, look, people were chatting. I guess it went out. Okay, cool. Cool. I like doing this by myself because I don't like wearing headphones. So when I do this with Jerry, I've got to wear headphones, which really kind of sucks. So let me make sure this went out to Twitter, Twatter, whatever. Twitter, Twatter. Let's see here. One sec, guys. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. I guess I am right on time. Look at that. Okay. I guess it went out. That's good. Did it? See, that's the thing. When I make an event and I start a live stream, it says, hey, I'm live. Come hang out. But I don't know if it did it on this one. Wow, that chat's moving. That chat's moving rather quickly, if I don't say so myself. Once we get a few more people in here and I get all the stuff set up properly, we're just going to chat. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to chat. This, if you guys don't know, this is what Tech Talk used to be. Tech Talk used to literally be nothing more than me just here, hanging out with you guys, chatting, and that's it. Slow mode is being enabled, by the way, so that spamming is not going to happen, and that will make things a lot easier here. JayzTwoCents, it indeed sent out a notification, at least on my mobile. Yeah, but that's the subscriber notification. I don't know if it went out to Twitter. I like to bring my social medias in here when I can. But yeah. So I guess I'll do it manually. How do I even watch it? I'm not even on the watch page. I'm so bad at this. So bad at this. Oh well, who cares? There's plenty of people in here. Can I please get a computer? I only have a Pentium 4 computer. You have one. You have a computer. Hi, hello from Jamaica. Yeah, man. Jamaica, man. Titter? Around the Titter? It isn't out on Twitter. Yeah, I know, but I don't know how to get the link to the stream. I guess I have to bring up another page, huh? So we'll chat a little bit about the whole Terry Crews thing. Because so many people were like, where's the Terry Crews build? Where is the Terry Crews build? But it takes time, folks. It takes time. This isn't just a PC build. I'm trying to theme it. We're trying to do the themes and shit. Come hang out live. Yep. That's how you get people to come in. You know, you just gotta put out a stupid title. Just a stupid title. That's not even centered on me, is it? Oh man, this is how not to make a stream. How not to do things, fellas. Should you even consider buying a pre-built system? Yeah, absolutely. Look, I will always be a fan and a proponent of the DIY community. But I will never tell someone that DIY is the only way to go. There are a lot of great pre-built systems out there. Tons of you guys, so many of you guys every single day ask to buy a PC from me, like to have me build it and buy it from me. I could start a PC building system or like service and business overnight if I wanted to. I don't have the bandwidth for that. I don't have the time for that. So it's something I have not pursued yet. I can't say that there will never be a PC building service from me. So yeah, anything's possible. When will we get DMI 4.0? And is there any info on the throughput and the hypertransport of AMD Zen? Not yet. What tubing did you use for Code Mist? What's Code Mist? That was PETG tubing, if you're talking about Red Mist. Jay's building service, TM. Huh. It wouldn't be that, trust me. Actually, Digital Storm wants me to come check out their CES suite, and I'm going to. I've always been a fan of Digital Storm stuff because they truly do a lot of custom builds, not just like grabbing parts off a shelf and putting them together and selling it as a pre-built system. But they do some really cool stuff with like solid metal tubes and copper and of course a lot of cool water-cooled stuff. So I've always been a fan of Digital Storm, so we'll probably go check them out. Jay, what's the word on the next Titan cards? Nothing. There are no words. No words at all. Jay, do you like Porsche 944s? I'm not a fan of the 944, just the way it looks. That's all I can say, really. There were some pretty fast 944s at the track, though, on Saturday. When we were at Streets of Willow, Big Willow was having a Porsche race, not like a time trial. It was like a straight-up head-to-head, wheel-to-wheel race. There were a few 944s there that were very fast. Let's see. I saw something in here about. Let's see, Joel says, hi, just watched TJ's video and yours at the track. I really love your car. Are there some more car videos coming? There will always be car videos coming. That's another passion of mine. For the longest time, people had no idea I was so into cars because I just kept it private. Because I was like, no, people don't care about my passion for cars. They care about my passion for computers. And I got to thinking about it. Wait a minute. I like computers. And I like cars. I can't be the only one, am I? I'm not like the fucking Tigger when it comes to all this, am I? Am I the only one? No. There's lots of you guys out there. And then some folks are like, keep the car stuff on a different channel. It doesn't belong here. And it's like, one, you don't tell me what belongs on this channel, sir. I tell you what belongs on this channel. Whether you choose to watch it, it's your business. So yeah, I'm going to always mix it up. But if you want to see more car stuff, there is, of course, the Cars and Vlogs with JayzTwoCents channel out there. It's got like, I don't know, 40,000 subs or something like that. I don't even know. Jay's Unicorn. I am the only Jay, though. Yes. I am the only Joe. The only Jay. I'm the only Joe. Yeah, that's my name, Joe. More and more cars are going connected. Yes, they are. Hey, Jay, do I belong on this channel? X47 says, no, you don't. Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. Twitch is bigger than YouTube. Twitch is a streaming platform, so I'll say when it comes to streaming, Twitch is better than YouTube. But why would I stream on Twitch? I'm a YouTuber. My audience is here. I want to reach my audience here. So why the fuck would I go to Twitch? Think about that. I have a Twitch channel. I started on Twitch before YouTube. But my Twitch channel is not JayzTwoCents. So if you guys have followed any Twitch channels named JayzTwoCents, you're not following me. When should we expect the Titan XP drop test video? I'm not dropping a Titan. Although I bet that video would get so many views because of people hating on it and sharing it and all the Reddit hate threads. I bet you it would easily pay for the card. And then some. Jay, please reply. What graphics card should I buy for my i3? One that's not too fast. Like a 9. Get a 960. There you go. Get a 960. Not a 1060, a 960. Can you please make your reviews more professional? Like 0.1 lows, proper Vulkan benchmarks, etc. The reviews and stuff you've seen from me is the reviews and stuff you're going to get from me. If you want super in-depth type stuff, there are fantastic channels out there that cover that. Gamers Nexus covers that. PC Per does fantastic jobs of doing deep diving analytics on a lot of those benchmarks and things. If you want that, go there. If you just want to be the guy that's like, I want to know if I buy this graphics card, what kind of performance am I going to get? You'll get that here. So no, I cannot do that level of benchmarks. I can do them, but will I do them? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Jay, do you like Cummins diesel? The only experience I have with the Cummins is the smaller one they put into the Titan XD, which is very, very powerful. So I don't know. That's all I have to go by. When it was towing the Z, we forgot the car was even back there sometimes. Let's see here. Just went to Twitch. There is a JayzTwoCents channel. Yeah, I know, and it's not me. So personally prefer Jay's relaxed reviews to just the raw performance. That's you know, when I do a video, I make the video covering the information I personally look for when I do stuff. And then I figure I'm not the only one that's going to be interested in that type of review or that type of information. So I do it the way I would watch it. But what I hate is when people try and tell me to do a different way. And no, I'm not. Please say bluefish if you read this. I just did. Lynda.com. What's that all about? Question. Best Christmas present for a PC enthusiast? Steam gift card? I don't know. Like, nobody can buy me anything for a PC. They wouldn't even try. It's like I wouldn't try buying my wife a purse without me there or without her there. It's kind of hard to buy any PC enthusiast anything for PC without them there, I would think. Tech Cooper says, and this is probably a question that matches a lot of people. He says, Jay, should I keep my 970 or buy a 1070? Here's my answer to that. The 1070 is clearly a better card in every way. But if the 970 is playing games at the settings you want them to play them at the frame rate you want them to be played at, then it's not time to upgrade them yet. But if you're an enthusiast, you just want a faster card because you're like, I want a faster card, then yes, you should buy it. Does that make sense? Jay, have you ever used a gaming laptop as your daily driver, and would you recommend it to anybody? I've been using an ROG laptop for 2 years now. It's funny that you say that, because I'm actually working on a video right now where I basically do, are gaming laptops worth it? Yeah, clickbaity title, I know, but you got to bait a little bit of click in this day and age. I am currently daily driving a couple of laptops. The SC17 from EVGA, which I got to say, I hate the screen on that thing. I hate the monitor. I hate everything about it. It's like, oh man, it's okay. So it's like taking a Ferrari and the performance of a Ferrari, like a 458 Italia, right? Or let's just say the LaFerrari. Okay, you take the LaFerrari, and then you put a windscreen that you can't see through. So you can't push the LaFerrari as hard as you could because you can't see. It's like that when it comes to gaming on the SC17. It's like I want to take the engineers at EVGA and I want to shake them. I want to do shaken baby syndrome with them for taking such a poor panel and putting it on an amazing piece of machinery. The SC17 is sitting right here next to me, by the way. The build quality. It's all metal. It's all aluminum. There's no flex. The keyboard is very easy to type on. The performance of it is fantastic. But you can't see anything because it's got like a 67 millisecond response time. Yeah, guys, I didn't make that up. It's like 67 seconds of response time. So that means, you guys remember when I did that video showing the slow motion of what the screens look like, high refresh rate versus response time, and it was like crazy ghosty when I said this is what slow response time looks like? That is the SC17. So it's pretty bad. Hey Jay, I'm in San Bernardino. Possible collaboration? San Bernardino is dangerous. I used to live in Rialto. San Bernardino is dangerous. Stillen, how was your trip to Stillen? And did you get a supercharger? I never went to Stillen. I decided I'm not boosting the Z. I'm not doing a supercharger and I'm not doing a turbo. I am just going to beat the shit out of it at the track the way it sits and have fun. Yeah, but a supercharger would be more fun. Yeah, but not the Stillen supercharger. That's not track worthy. And turbos just create way too much heat in the Z. Naturally aspirated VQ37 VHRs create too much heat for the Z. What happened with Terry Crews? Well, you know what happened? I've said a bajillion times, nothing is going to happen until after the new year. It's up to you guys to listen. That's all I can say. Jay, have you been doing any sim racing? Not in the last couple weeks. Jay, can you dual stream to both platforms simultaneously? I can, but will I? No. Maybe a stroker for Nizzy. Well, I think I have what is it, a 4.1 stroker, I believe. I think Brower makes it. Maybe, I don't know. Look, I've kind of tossed it around in the back of my mind, like, what would I do if the engine blew? Like, if the engine blows up? Well, I should say when the engine blows up, because if you drive any car long enough, the engine's going to blow up. I don't know. I've thought about doing, like, forged this and that, but then it's like, there's no point in that if I'm not going to boost the car. I would probably just end up doing a full balance on it and maybe a stroker kit, but I would end up going with all track ready bearings and stuff so I can just rev the shit out of it. But I believe if I stroke the VQ that I lose RPM. I could be wrong, but I believe I'd lose RPM. But maybe gain torque. Who knows? Jay, did you know how Twitch made a deal with Amazon for Prime users called Twitch Prime? Yeah, we all saw that coming when Amazon bought Twitch. Oh, by the way, did you see the video of Joe Biden drag racing against Colin Powell? No, but I saw the video where Jay Leno went to Colin Powell's like estate or whatever, and they were driving around that old Mustang. It was a Mustang. That was cool. What do I think about the i3 3220? I think it's old. Jay, do you think the 1070 paired with a 4690K at 4.6 gigahertz will slow down at 1080p 144 hertz? My CPU usage is already 88 to 93 with a 970. Well, if your CPU usage is already that high, putting in a 1070 is probably going to bottleneck that CPU just a little bit. How old am I? I am 35 years young. I know I look older with the silver hair, but guys, this is fake silver hair. I dye my hair silver because it gets you guys talking. And the more y'all talk, the more people want to be like, hey, I hate that guy too. So my hair is artificially silver. Yeah, that's a lie. Trust me, my gray hair is the last thing I care about. Do I still play VR a bit? Pretty much just on the racing sims. I don't get to play a lot of anything these days. I haven't played Warcraft in a couple weeks even. Lean and dab. Like that picture I put up on Instagram where we were wearing the bad sweaters and stuff, and I was like dabbing all wrong. It was funny. Do you still stand on HTC Vive? I really like the Vive. I really, really do. But I have not tried much of the latest Oculus setup. I still believe they're having problems getting shit shipped, so I don't know. What do I think about Doom dropping de novo or DRM in games in general? I don't know anything about what happened with Doom, but I'll talk about DRM in games. I miss the days where I used to be able to take a computer disk to another computer and play it, like off the disk. But I will say this, DRM is something that PC gamers have had to deal with for decades. And it's something that console gamers, for the most part, don't have to deal with, have never had to deal with. So DRM freaked out the console gamers. Like, remember a couple years ago when the Xbox One launched and DRM was mentioned and everyone like flipped their fucking shit because they're like, DRM? What do you mean DRM? Because they're so used to the used disc market, right? And they're like, that's going to kill off GameStop and blah, 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 blah. First of all, fuck GameStop. They already rip you off anyway. Second of all, PC gamers, I was just like, whatever. You know, cry me a fucking river. We've had to deal with DRM and PC stuff forever. From the moment a CD key was a thing, back in like the early 90s, mid 90s-ish, I guess, then it was just, we've had to live with it. I remember the first CD-ROM game I had was The Seventh Guest. That was a fun game, but it was the first CD-ROM game, I think. Could be wrong. Somebody fact check that. I'm pretty sure The Seventh Guest was the first game on CD-ROM. I have lots of cops and such outside my house. You should walk up there and be like, hey guys, what's going on? Just like walk in their group. Just walk in their circle. Be like, hey, what's up? What's up, dude? Go up there and be like, sorry. Sure. What do you think of Intel's 3DX point for memory? Do you think you'll use it rather than SSD or HDD and RAM? I have a conference call with Intel next week. I'll not be talking about anything right now because I am under NDA. Jay, how much will a 1080 will be in a future? How much will a 1080 will be in a future? I think you're asking how much will it cost. When the next generation stuff comes out, it will probably drop down to about $399. Jay, you need to shave. Jay, you need to shave, my dude. Nope, you need to mind your own business. When my face is your face, then you can worry about it. But until then, you worry about your own face. Face. You facer. I don't know. Let's look at the fan funding stuff here. Let's see. NoX says hi. What's up? Zan RZB says, I have a 6600K. Now what? Get the rest of your parts, motherboard, stuff. Need something to put it in? I don't know. I don't really know what you're asking me. Muffin Stuffer. Nice. He says, a two-parter. 1080 Ti at CES? I highly, highly, highly doubt it. I highly doubt that. Nvidia doesn't launch graphics cards at CES. They show a lot of their other tech that Jensen is super passionate about. Things like AI, you know, the smart cars, the Nvidia powered cars, stuff like that. They're way more into at CES. That's the stuff they showcase there. There is a keynote there. I did turn down the invitation. I will not be going. I have other engagements during that time. It sucks because they sent the invite after I was already booked. So I don't know what they're launching there. I imagine it's going to be something to do with deep learning because they are way into deep learning right now with their P100 HBM2 stuff. I don't think you're going to see anything new for graphics from NVIDIA until GDC next year, which is like March. I still don't think a 1080 Ti is coming. I still don't. But look how long it's been now since they've launched the 10 series. More importantly, look how long it's been since they launched the Titan. And that's the core that it would end up being founded on. Will you be hanging out with TJ Hunt in his new garage at all? Nope. I don't live near TJ. He's 2 hours away. He and I also are not like on the same caliber of what we like to do with our spare time. I'm married. I've got kids. I run a business. I mean, so does he, but he's very new to his business. I've been running mine for several years now. We're on two very different wavelengths when it comes to freedom of time and such. Now, he did invite me to go watch him drift on Saturday night at Adams Motorsport in Riverside, if you guys are familiar with that area. He did invite me to go. I haven't found out if he's still going or not. In fact, I'll text him right now, and we'll see. Maybe I'll go there and see what's up. But, yeah. So give me a sec while I text the fool. So, what's up with Adams? There, see what he says. Adrian Gaming says, Titan XP worth it as a goal for the future? Live streamer and Let's Player here. Look, the more horsepower you can get in your computer for live streaming, the better. I would never say don't get a Titan XP if you have the money for it. I would say that if there was a 1080 Ti that existed right now for hundreds less, then I would say don't get a 1080 Ti. But that doesn't exist right now. It just sucks that anyone who buys it right now could see a 1080 Ti in the near future, which would obsolete it and make it silly, because then you would have paid more for only a few percent more, like a lot. You would have paid a lot more for that. First CD-ROM game was called The Manhole and was released in 1990. Activision released it. Wow. Can anyone tell me then when The Seventh Sign came out? Or The Seventh Sign, that's a movie. The Seventh Guest came out. I'm curious. I don't think it was that long after that. I want to say it was right around that time. Kyle Buchanan says, hey, Jay, at my work, we have a laser table. Can I send you some stuff? I don't know what I would have laser cut or engraved. I really don't know. That's why I don't have merch, guys. I don't come up with these ideas. I'm very creative in certain ways, but not in others. And I'm man enough to admit that. VR and an i3 4330. You know, I've never actually investigated how CPU intensive VR is, so I cannot say. 1993 is when The Seventh Guest came out. Okay, then. Thank you for fact-checking that. JayzTwoCents. Is your YouTube has been effective to YouTube's new algorithm? Linus said his channel has noticeable changes but did not get killed by it. So, I have looked at this, and today I have earned, today there was a significant change in subscribers. Like I've only earned 370 subscribers today, where I had been earning 1,000 plus. So today is the first day I would say that there was a significant change or notice. But this stuff happens all the time. Like today it was garbage, but tomorrow it'll probably be back to normal. I've seen maybe 2 days back to back where it was garbage, but like even Linus today, he's still at 1,793 subscribers. So he saw a drop, but nothing significant. So I don't know. They're always playing with that algorithm, guys, constantly. I don't let stuff like that bother me. I don't. Because it will inevitably go back to normal, or we just adapt and move forward. That's what you do. That's what you do. So if I look at the daily, like hour by hour, yeah, I mean, there was at 1 o'clock in the morning, there was a negative 142 subscriber drop. So every day, though, there's some sort of a major drop from 1 hour to the next. It happens every night. So I don't know. But I'm not worried about it. We're looking at an average of 65 million views a year right now, 720,000 subscribers a year. I mean, we've gained 60,000 subs in the last 30 days. So I have no complaints. I really don't. So when people like to get all up in arms over like, oh my God, the algorithm or the unsubs and blah, blah, blah. That's out of my control. Why get so upset about it? Has YouTube ever really made any changes or made any sort of policy changes when the community gets all up in arms and mad? No. They've never come out and been like, guys, we got this. We're sorry. This was a bad idea. We'll fix it. They've never done that. So why? Why bother with that? Jay doesn't need to shave, as someone suggested. He has Jerry? Oh, doesn't need a slave. I get it. Never mind. He has Jerry. Hell no. Jerry doesn't do anything for me. I have Nick. But I pay Nick, though. I pay him both in money and parts. So, yeah, we're fine. Yo, what's up, dude? Hey, Jay, what car mods do you recommend first on a car? It depends on the car. I can't answer that question. Every car's got its specific list of things that you need to do because time has proven that these parts fail or these parts are weak. You'll need to look that up individually per your car. Even with slow mode on, chat goes by so fast. Hey, Jay. When do you plan to do another meetup? I have no idea. They're pretty sporadic. That's why we never get that many people there. Question. Jay, is it okay that I have 2 SP fans on the radiator and 2 airflow fans on the top and 1 on the back? You might be running a little negative pressure there, but as long as you have filtered intakes, then you're okay. If you don't have a lot of vents in your case, then you're probably running a little bit negative, but that's okay. Positive and negative pressure doesn't do a whole lot in terms of temperatures. It's about dust. It's about dust management. I live in an area that tends to be particularly dusty, so I like to curb that when I can. Am I still into RC cars? Not really. I don't have time to play with that stuff. Have I ever been to Scotland? Other than Mexico, I have never been out of the United States. Colton is like a cheap version of Compton. Yeah, Colton is the ghetto Compton, if you will. Compton's been trying to clean itself up, though, over the last decade. Maybe the last 2 decades. It's been not as ghetto. Inglewood's getting a little bit better, but yeah. Getting ready to retrofit my rig. Where are you at on the tempered glass? I think it looks amazing. I love the way cases with tempered glass looks. But like anything else, if you're gonna be moving it around a lot, LAN parties and stuff, eventually, because the case side panels are usually like pressure fit popped in there with little like tabs, versus screwed in there like a regular case, I would be leery about carrying it around and traveling with it. That would be my only reserve. I hear the baby. Oh, dada. Hey, Jay, do you remember the exhaust you installed on Coconut Monkey's car? It was Euro something. Euro tuning? I don't remember. I really don't know. I don't follow the Euro scene. That's all Coconut Monkey. You gotta ask him. Hey Jay, did you decide if you're going to make a blooper reel with the fractal design ad? Hell yeah, but it's going to be played at the end of the video it debuts on, which will probably be Monday. My video is not ready. This week kind of sucked in terms of time. I had a lot of business stuff I had to take care of. Eurojet. Okay, I guess Coco Monkey's watching. It was Eurojet. I thought it was Eurojet, and when I said that the other day, I was like, I think it's got a Eurojet. And I'm like, wait, isn't that an airplane? So I couldn't remember. Eurojet, whatever. Coco Monkey, by the way, get your ass over here now if you're available, because we can go a little early. I gotta take little Jay to her Taekwondo picture. It's picture day. She'll be like, wow, taking pictures and crap. But yeah. This week has kind of sucked in terms of free time, because we had a birthday on Sunday. That was my daughter turned 2, my youngest daughter. And then the wife's birthday was on Wednesday. So those are 2 days I promised I wouldn't work. And I normally work, the wife says I work 56 hours a day. So if that puts it, yes, I know there's not 56 hours a day in there for all of you literal guys out there. So I usually work, I don't know. I get up, take the daughter to school. I'm home by about 8:15. I start working. I usually take a break to go to the gym at 5. And then I come home. I spend about an hour with the family. And then I'm usually working until about 12 or 1. So if that gives you any idea of how many hours I usually spend working on behind the scenes stuff. There's 2 days there I didn't get to get any work done. So that pushed back everything big time. Why no nerd blocks with little J? I told them to stop sending them, honestly. That's my thoughts on Zen. I have not seen anything personally with Zen. They have not reached out to me about Zen. They're going to. I know Scott Wasson will send me one. I know he will. They'd be stupid not to. But I don't know if they're ready for review discussions yet. Will you come to England? I would love to go on a UK/European trip. That would be fun to like start off in the UK and then go across to Germany and France. I would like to go and check out Switzerland. My favorite, little fun fact here, my absolute favorite piece of the world in terms of pictures and videos and things that I've seen that I want to visit is the Swiss Alps. And I want really badly to go and see the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn, I've always been enamored with it. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with the Matterhorn mountain. And I want to kind of see it. So I would love to go hiking in Switzerland. That sounds kind of weird, right? Come to Sweden. In Sweden, we have Swedes in Sweden. Last of Us 2. I never played the first one. I don't have a PlayStation. Come to Italy. I'd like to go to Rome. Maybe Nice. Nice would be neat. Guys, I'm going to curb all of the Zen comments right now in terms of questions asking me about Zen. I know nothing about where it stands compared to Haswell, Ivy Bridge, or any of that. I'm not going to answer any of those questions. I don't know. What's my take on Oculus? The demos I got to experience were very smooth, and they were very good. The thing that really made me excited about the Vive is obviously room scale. So unless Oculus starts to do room scale stuff, I don't know. The second parter of that question I read earlier from the donation comment says, what PC build would you have if you were not a YouTuber? And how do you stop the upgrade itch? You don't stop the upgrade itch. That's what makes you an enthusiast. Second of all, my build would be much more modest. It would more than likely probably still be like a 4790K. Yeah, it wouldn't be like 6700K. It wouldn't be X99. It would be much more mainstream. I'd probably be running something like a 1070. I wouldn't be running 1080s or 2 Titan X's or any of that stuff. Greetings from Bulgaria. Do you know where that is? It's 1 a.m. here and I'm dying for sleep. Well, go to sleep. Yeah, I do know where Bulgaria is, actually. Isn't that east? Isn't that kind of over by Brazil? Let me see. I thought so. Let me see. Bulgaria. Oh, I was way off. Okay, that's below Romania. What's over by Brazil that I was thinking of? Hold on. That is, I was thinking, oh, Bolivia. That's what I was thinking. Bolivia. Okay. Yeah, cool. Bulgaria. Wow. Yeah, go to bed, dude. Seriously. Remember that by Italy. See, that's because I live in the United States where everything is so big and so spread out. It's neat to me. Like, I'm looking at a map right now. Right? I see where France and Germany, Poland, the Ukraine, Romania, Bulgaria, Serbia, Kosovo, Macedonia, Greece, Albania, like everything's so close together. I mean, I can drive for 15 hours in California and barely leave the state. So, if I just drive north, I could drive for 15 hours and I would be in Oregon. So, yeah, it's like it's weird to me that this is all so close together. And I also know, like, in Europe, the train system out there is a very common mode of transportation. I'd love to experience that. Like, have no car, just have a backpack and be staying at like hostels and stuff and get on the train and end up wherever. That'd be neat. That would be very neat. Tech It Out says, "Hi, Mr. 2 Cents. Just call me Jay. Thank you. Sharing a similar mindset to you encouraged me to start my channel. Question, the RX 490. Any ideas that would be worth me upgrading? I don't believe there's a 490 in the works. When I asked AMD if there was a 490, they said no." Michael Fairchild says, "Any chance of video full water cooling loop maintenance, cleaning insides of blocks and such?" That would make a good video. My daughter is texting me. The worst thing I ever did was give little Jay an iPod Touch, because now she texts me all the time. My God. All right. Sorry about that. I had to tell her to stop texting me. I ain't her boyfriend. Okay. The only thing YouTube has admitted to is the fuck up copyright strike system that they had. If I recall right, it was Grade A Under A, a nostalgia critic, who stated the current system we got now and still is broken. Of course it's broken. They rely on automation. Hey Jay, can you test 3 Titan XP on Mental Ray trace rendering? Also, is Xeon E5 2630 bottleneck with a Titan XP? I will not be testing 3 Titan X's on ray tracing because I have 2 of them which are in my system and water cooled. The other 2 belong to Terry Crews, so no. Corey Williams, love ya. Love you too, dude. Need your help. My cooling pump just pulses every second or so, and it quit pumping. Did it die? Try a different plug. If you were plugging your pump into a motherboard header, you might have killed the header on the motherboard. Pumps draw a lot of amperage compared to what fans would draw on a motherboard header. They're usually only 1 amp, and sometimes the pumps can pull more than 1 amp. Usually they pull more than 1 amp. So I would not plug it into the motherboard if you did. Otherwise, try plugging it into another plug and see if you get the same thing. Otherwise, yes, it could have died. Last Call Legend says, Jay, you mentioned maybe doing a series showing start to finish on how to start a streaming channel. From equipment selection and setup to software config and everything. Do it. I remember saying that because I'm not a streamer. Since Linus is doing a computer in-desk build, have you ever thought of building one? No, but I thought of doing a wall build. It's not a unique or I mean, it's been done, but I've thought about doing a wall build. I think that'd be fun. Hey Jay, what's a good graphics card to use? With the A10 7690, is that what it says? It's being covered up. Well, the A10's a fairly decent APU, but I wouldn't go with something. I did a video showing what happens when you take an A10 and put like a 780 on it. Now, we've come a long way since the 780. So I would put something mid-range on there, like a 480 or lower. No, not recessed in the wall, but like a wall hanging build where it's on a platform on the wall, but it's like up on the wall. How do I like the Mustang series? I'm not sure what you're asking me. Do I like Mustangs? I felt a little bit nervous having them surround me on the track, considering how much those things like to eat people, literally. Cheesehead says, bitch. You're right. Definitely bitch. Hey, JayzTwoCents, any chance of racing with you on iRacing? Or are you going to get dirt when it comes out? I have dirt. Is there new dirt? And iRacing, I haven't been doing much iRacing because it's not... It works with the Vive, but it's not... There's a couple of things that needs to be fixed on it with the Vive. Like, for instance, it's really jarring in VR when you turn your wheel past 90 and your hands keep going in real life, but the wheel stops in VR. So your hands stop, but then you're still turning. It's weird. Every other racing sim with VR will do the full 900 degrees of rotation. So yeah. Your VRMs are overheating. 1.35 volts on a GA990FX. Look, you're going to have to add some fans blowing down on your VRM heat sinks on the AMD stuff. AMD VRMs can get pretty toasty. I installed fans on mine, actually, when I did that. And the temps came down significantly. Question from Diego Farias. He says, Jay, to avoid tearing and stuttering, I have to play with the FPS lower than the refresh rate of my monitor? Question mark. I use a 75 hertz monitor. It depends on the quality of the panel. Some panels, like the Predator, even though it's 100 hertz panel, if I turn off VSync and I let it go significantly higher, the tearing is not nearly as noticeable because it's still a very fast monitor. If it's a cheap monitor, even if the refresh rate is 60, and you turn off VSync, it'll tear really bad if you go even a little bit beyond 60. So it depends on the panel. If it's a 75 hertz monitor, it sounds like it might also be a fast sync monitor. So get an AMD APU if it is, or GPU if it is, and then you can fix some of that. Question: what OBD2 adapter do you have? So that's the OBD-Link MX, which is Bluetooth. The problem is, and I might return it and get the Wi-Fi edition. I like to use Dash Command, which is a really good OBD2 monitoring software for your car. The problem is the Bluetooth OBD2 scanner that I have from OBD-Link will not connect to the iPhone. The iPhone doesn't see it when Bluetooth is on, but the Android does. I don't want to have to keep a separate device in my car, a separate Android device in my car. You guys saw I have that Axion. I don't want to use that specifically for that. I would like to be able to use a device I already have on me. So the Wi-Fi version does work with the iPhone. So I'm thinking about returning it and getting the Wi-Fi edition. I don't understand enough about Bluetooth, and admittedly so. I'm not familiar with the radio technology and Bluetooth on why this would see all my Bluetooth devices except for that, and why Android can. If one of you guys know, then please, intrigue me. I want to know why. Does more RAM equal more FPS? No, it doesn't. More RAM means more room for texture buffering on things that use a lot of textures, or high-res textures, because that's where the textures are stored, is in RAM. Jay, how far do you live from the Antelope Valley area? About an hour and a half. I'm tired. I'm gonna go sleep. I got 17 more minutes in this stream. I'm waiting to see if anyone answers me about why Bluetooth works on one device and not another. Jay, I have two GTX 980 Ti's. When will Get be old? I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you asking when they'll be obsolete? The same answer I give anyone else looking to upgrade a GPU or two. When they can no longer play the games that you want at the resolution you want to play them at and the settings you want to play them at. If they start stuttering and can't maintain a steady FPS above or at your refresh rate of your monitor, then it's time to get a new graphics card. Am I tired? Yes, I'm very tired. It's only 3:45 in the afternoon here, but this has been a crazy busy day. Today I actually put the new bumper on Nizzy. I have two bumpers. They're both the OEM Nismo bumpers, right? I have the original one, and then I have a new one now. The original one's paint is all chipped. It's destroyed from the track, from the mountains, and so it bugs me having it look like that. Yes, I know it's a track car. It goes on the track. It's gonna get rock chips and stuff. So that's why I got another bumper and had it painted. Looks phenomenal. Looks completely like nothing ever happened. That I will drive around with on the street. And then when I go to the track, I will switch on my tore up bumper so I don't have to put tape on it. And then I'll just put tape on the hood because I don't want to get rock chips in my carbon fiber hood. And then tape on the lights so that I probably won't tape the lights if you want to know the truth. The rock chips tend to stay real low, like towards the bottom of the bumper. But I did, unfortunately, because I ran one session without tape on the bumper at Willow Springs, I have some deep rock chips in the carbon fiber clear coat on the front of the hood, which really bugs me now. My fault, though. Jay, you're such an amazing person. I'm going to read this comment here because he's making me feel good about myself. He says, Jay, you're such an amazing person. Love all your vids. And both the car and computer stuff is so cool. Thank you, sir. But like anyone else, I guarantee you I have my flaws and I am a absolute fucker at times, like anyone can be. But thank you for the compliments. I appreciate that. Why are you not in Canada watching the Vega event? One, what's Vega? And two, where's Canada? No, I'm just kidding. Why would I want to go to Canada? Why not get a clear bra? I got a quote for the clear bra. Oh, okay, I see. Eric Hobbs, and I'll answer the clear bra question in a second. Hobbs, who does like a lot of the donation monitoring for me, he says it's actually an Apple DRM thing. They want manufacturers to pay to certify their devices with iPhone. Really? They don't own the fucking Bluetooth connectivity, do they? Can they do that? They can force a company to have to be Apple, iPhone, or iOS certified to connect to the device versus via Bluetooth? That is stupid. Is that why they can get around it with the Wi-Fi, though? Because they can't control Wi-Fi? That is really stupid. Wow. Wow, why do I have an iPhone? Huh. This might be the last iPhone I ever have, though. Honestly, Apple's shit. Apple is shit. Okay, so clear bra. I got a quote for the clear bra on the front of my car. It was $700 for just the bumper, another $180 to do the headlights, and another $140 to do the front third of my hood, for a total of like $1,100 and some odd dollars out the door. Do you know how much it cost me to get my bumper painted and the cost of the new bumper? $480 for the bumper, and it was $531 to get it painted. It was less to get the bumper and get it painted than just to put the clear shit on it. So that's why I haven't clear brought it. And that's why I don't think I'm going to. Apple's been shit for the last years. I know, but guys, I'm not a brand loyalist, but I like to give brands the opportunity. And I'll just admit, ever since Steve Jobs died, so did everything good about that company. Answer to your question. Oculus has room scale with 3 cameras and bigger space, but apparently not as good tracking as the Vive. Yeah, the Vive has a max distance that can be seen optically of 15 feet apart. There's a really big, like 30-foot cable that comes with it too. When I first set up room scale in my upstairs living room, you'll notice in my video where I show the Vive, one of the sensors is mounted and screwed down to the top of the bookshelf. It used to be mounted to the wall above the walkway. But when I had it mounted there, which was about 2.5 feet farther away than it is right now, it came back and said the sensors were too far apart. So that's why it is where it is now. Jobs was Apple. I'll agree with that. But what's funny, though, is everyone complaining about Apple. I have just as much to complain about with Android. Because there are so many devices out there and so much variance amongst the devices, the app experiences are not always the smoothest either. Remember, when I worked in IT, we supported about 300 different Apple iOS devices as well as Android devices, depending on the particular offices. So I got to see the good and the bad amongst Android and Apple. And Android is not that much better, if at all, guys. It's a different type of problem with Android. It's too open, if you will. Jay, question, how do I donate? Don't see how in the description. Thanks for all the good content. I don't know. I didn't put a donation button, there's no donation button on this stream as far as I'm concerned. I didn't put one there. I don't put it in the other stream either, but I'm not using the same event streaming that we do for Tech Talk. This is a different built-in app in YouTube, so I'll be honest, I have no idea how they're donating. I don't know. I really don't. It might be the same thing as if you go to gaming, like if you go up into your browser and you replace the www with gaming on this stream, it might be there in the chat window, just like the other one. But I don't know why they don't do it on both. That's really stupid. Hey Jay, check Bitwit Kyle's latest video. His benchmarks are too wrong. Okay, if I went and looked at his video and saw that they were wrong, what do you want me to do about it? That's Kyle's business. Yeah, Hobbs, I figured as much on that one. But when it comes to Kyle, if he makes a mistake, I mean, that's for him to figure out. It really is. So there's nothing for me to do. I mean, you can tell him, but he's probably been told 15 million times already. Where in California do you live? I am in the Inland Empire. Jay, are you excited for Zen? Nope. I don't get excited for any launch anymore. I don't get excited for any launch on any company anymore. It's work. As a launch approaches, it means more work for me. What are your opinions on the 1080 Ti that I hope is coming? I already answered that earlier. Would you consider making another video about bending tubes? I know you made one, but this one would be more complex. For example, how to make second and third bends to look clean and straight. I've already said, I am bad at that because I eyeball it. I don't measure. I just... How you are you? Well, Ethan Bender, I'm glad you asked. I am me because my mom and dad love each other very much. And when a boy and a girl love each other, they like to show it. And sometimes they show it with their genitals. And when you do that, magic tadpoles make their way to a waiting spaceship where they take off, and then 9 months later, a baby pops out of the mommy's belly button. That's how I am me. I couldn't help it. I just couldn't help it. Oh, I've already answered the Cherry PC thing. You gotta wait till January. Some of the people I'm working with on that are on vacation. When mommy and daddy love each other, they find holes to stick their genitals in. Hey Jay, any statement on water cooling kits? Are they good? Yeah, actually, I'm glad you asked, sir. Or madam. Not to be gender identified, because apparently that pisses people off. Ow, that's heavy. Okay, my bad. I got this thing right here. Starter liquid cooling kit, Performance 240 from EK Water Blocks. They've made some changes to their their complete loop in a box, and I'm going to be doing a review slash overview of this, showing all the parts and stuff. I won't be assembling it until I have a system that I want to put it in, but I will be showing this. This one here has like the D5 pump in it. It has the mounts and everything. It has one of the 240 cool stream rads. It comes with the block, fittings, tubes, everything you need in a box, which kind of makes my channel obsolete. So why do you need me to tell you what to buy when it's already all in here? So yeah, that's coming. EK's going to put that video on their website too. That'd be cool. What is the meaning of life? To die with more toys than the guy next to you. Price? I don't know, honestly. I haven't looked that up yet. Can I use soft tubing with 11.1 ID and 15.9 OD with 12 ID, 16 OD fittings? If you're talking about soft tubing with a soft compression fitting, then yeah, that should be fine. Greetings from Switzerland. Hey there. I said earlier that Switzerland is where I want to go on vacation. When is the Nissan 390Z coming out? They're not going to come out. Here's the dilemma right now. Nissan came out with 2 new engines this year. They're 2 new turbocharged engines, twin turbocharged engines. They're 400 horsepower engine that's twin turboed that went into the Infinity is a 3-liter, not a 3.7. So if that makes its way to the Z, are they going to call it a 300Z? If so, they've already done a 300Z. So I think they'll still have the 3.7 naturally aspirated. I don't believe they're going to put a bigger V6 into the Z car. I really don't. I think next year is when we're going to see that, because the new Infinities are out, and the Infinities always debut 1 year before the Z. So we'll see. Jay, notice me. I have noticed you. I'm looking at you right now. Not you. You. You're the one I said not you. You are the one I'm looking at. I've noticed you. Is it weird now? It's weird. It's getting weird. It's weird for me because I'm just looking at a camera. But it's weird for you because I'm looking into your soul. Wow, I'm looking back at when I look straight at the camera, I look like death. I look like I'm going to hurt you. I look like my gray hair is going to eat you. Someone donated. I see that. I just wait for them to kind of back up a little bit here, and then I have a... You know what's sad? Let me tell you what's sad. This little thing right here that I'm using, this Stream Now function, not the event streaming, but the Stream Now function, has better fan funding tracking than the other one does. And then it gives me fan funding tracking within Stream on the platform that you guys can't actually donate on. You have to go to the gaming site to donate, but yet on the regular site, I can track it. Oh, whatever. Let's see here. Where to leave off? Okay, Jay, you mentioned maybe doing a series. I already answered that one. Linus said computer desktop. Okay, the wall build. Yep. All right, Charles Phillips says, hey, Jay, I love your videos. I've been thinking about getting a HTC Vive. Should I get one or wait? My advice to anyone wanting a Vive would be if you have the space for room scale, then it's amazing. Otherwise, the Oculus might be better. Now, the sitting VR experience in HTC is good too, but I feel like it's not where it's best. Getting up and moving around in room scale is literally the selling point for the Vive as far as I'm concerned. So if you don't have the room for that, then that might not be the best for you. Bo Kelly says, you have talked in the past about ditching your SMA8 case. What other cases have piqued your interest? That's the problem. Nothing else has really piqued my interest as much as the SMA8. I love this case. I mean, everything about this case, it's just so damn big. That's the problem. It weighs like 80 pounds. Not the case, everything in it, obviously. Andrew on Tech says, second try. Best new car I can buy to have fun and take to track with 40K budget and 10K modding budget. See, there's a lot of cars in that price range. There's the STI, there's the Evo, although the Evo, I don't think they're making the Evo anymore, are they? Or is it the STI? I don't know. There's the Z. There is, if I was to make a purely track car right now, I've considered the idea of doing like an S chassis, like an S13 or an S14. I'm not a fan of the body style of the S13, but the S14 would be cool. But I would totally do like an LS swap in it. I know that's so common. Everyone says that, right? All the JDM guys are like, I'm going to LS swap my car and I'm going to be a drifter and I'm going to be fucking awesome. No, not for that. Just because that much horsepower and that much torque in that platform would be so much fun on track, I think. And you could do it with that budget, cash, if you have cash, not if you're trying to go and finance a car. Kyle Hemphill says, I love your videos. Got a quick question. I'm planning on getting an i5 6600K, and I'm not sure what motor to get with it. Any recommendations under 300 possible? Any Z170 motherboard will do you fine, dude. Seriously, you're not running a 6700, so just get whatever Z170 fits your budget. Hey, Jay, what about your sim rig? Didn't see you driving for a while. Because you just haven't seen me driving online, really. I've done driving. A lot of times in Steam, I'll log in incognito or like invisible. But I do drive it. Like we were driving last week. Nick St. Pierre. Damn, that's a fucking epic name, dude. Forgot to add a comment. LOL. What are your thoughts on Thermaltake water cooling parts and such? I don't do anything with Thermaltake stuff. I feel like their water cooling parts are cheap. Their radiators are aluminum core. I just personally don't do anything with Thermaltake ever since they were stealing case designs. So I couldn't tell you. I won't review their products. They asked me to come by their booth for CES. I told them to pound sand. Actually, I told them I wouldn't do anything with them until they publicly apologized for stealing designs. You know that's not going to happen. So Brett Poole says, hey, Jay, what are your thoughts on phase change cooling? Thanks in advance from Australia. Also, what is that camera in the background? Oh, that's my FS5, a Sony FS5. That's what I do my main filming on. It's also got a Sigma 18 to 35 on there. It also has a small HD field monitor on there. Big ass battery. It's got a shoulder rig set up there. It's follow focus, all that stuff. So it's way overkill for YouTube. But my CPA said you have to spend money, so that's one of the things I bought. Phase change cooling. Condensation is a bitch, and anything that changes phase is bringing the temperature below ambient, which means condensation is something you have to prepare for. That's why anytime you have to install a phase change cooler, you have to insulate the motherboard. Guys do it with clay and all kinds of weird things. So way more hassle than it's worth as far as I'm concerned. When you go to turn on your computer, the computer's power plug gets wired in through the phase change cooler and then to the motherboard. So when you push your power button, it turns on the phase change cooler. It brings it down below ambient temp. It could take 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how hot your environment is, before your PC will even turn on. Because the phase change has to be already taking place. Otherwise, your CPU will overheat while it's trying to pull the heat out of the atmosphere within the phase change cooler. So it's a very neat concept. It's in between like water cooling and liquid nitrogen cooling, if you will, but it's self-contained, which is neat. You don't have to keep refilling the cooling tower like you would with LN2. But I like to just walk in here, turn on the computer, do what I got to do, and leave. So I don't want to have to be worrying about condensation buildup. There are folks that have had phase change coolers for years, never had a problem. There's been folks who've had phase change leak. There's also been folks who've had their phase change end up building up extra condensation because of lower ambient temp environment. So it's a lot that you have to account for. Just not something I'm interested in, honestly. But yeah, I know enough about it because I researched what's involved with it to make an informed decision if I wanted to do it or not. And that's why I decided not to. I still have cases of Monster for you. Yes, oh my God. See, I need a personal assistant. I really do. And no, Coconut Monkey's not my personal assistant. He's my friend. He doesn't work for me. I'm going to Anaheim tonight, but I know that doesn't do you any good. Like when we're done with the stream, I got some stuff to do, and then the wife and I are heading to Anaheim. But I don't think that does you any good. Plus, I'll be in the Z, so I won't have any place to put it. Shit. I'm sorry, dude. I'm not trying to hide from you there. Rob Hampshire says, "Thanks for the vids. That is all." Thank you, sir. Well, that's the last donation comment I'm going to read. It's time to actually wrap this up. I've got some things I've got to do with the daughter. It's picture day for her at her Taekwondo dojang. Jay, can I be your PA? Oh, my God. I feel bad for whoever ends up being my PA. Not because I'm busy, but because I have trust issues. And you have to put a lot of trust in your PA. So, all right, guys. Well, let's see. Make that wife take an Uber home and put the monster in her seat. That is ooh, you are rough. You do you, Jay. Absolutely. How are you? I already answered that. Mommies and daddies love each other. They stick genitals in sweaty spots and babies come out 9 months later. All right, guys. Time to go. Thanks for watching. This is fun. I have to do this more often. I say that every time. But this is easier every now and then putting up a video. Maybe I'll do a couple live streams a week from now on. I like that. Do you guys want to see the, for those of you that weren't here last night for Tech Talk, do you guys want to see the new Fractal ad? You guys want to see it? I'll wait for chat. If you want to see the new Fractal ad, the holiday ad, it is epic. I think it's my best one I've made yet, honestly. You guys know the Fractal ads are, isn't that weird? You've got to hand it to Fractal Design. That they have literally put together a way to allow us creative freedom to control the ads to where I'm like, hey, you guys want to see the ad? You guys ready to see the ad? We're excited about it. You guys are excited to see it. I mean, really, kudos to them to giving us the creative freedom because everything you're about to see here in this ad, I came up with the idea. I wrote the scripts. I directed it. Fractal Design obviously paid for it. And yeah, We've come a long way where you guys are this. Oh, look, do you guys ever think you'd be typing, yes, show me the ad, show me the ad? I mean, think about that. All right, here, I'm going to go ahead and roll the ad, guys, and then I'm going to shut down the stream after that. So enjoy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's Christmas, can't wait. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Guys, he came, he came.
What time is it?
Guys, I got a fractal design Kelvin S36.
Oh no, it is like way too early for this. I'll get the coffee. Okay.
Jeepers, a custom build by JayzTwoCents inside a fractal design Defy Nano S.
I love the holidays.
Golly, a fractal design Core 500.
Yep.
Guys, look, LAN party for days.
This is what makes it all worth it.
This season, spoil the ones you love with the gift of awesomeness. Happy holidays from Fractal Design.